Hey guys, if you like the content, please be sure to like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Quick reminder to check out this week's Mortar Pod, our video podcast, and also check out this week's SeemsGoodMagic card giveaway. Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another Swiss Vintage Masters draft. Our rare is Geldoran Outpost. Cool card because it spits out soldiers every turn, which totally isn't bad. But what else have we got in here that's good? Power Sync is a counterspell, right? We got Breath of Life, so we've got some res. We've got Afterlife, a little creature destruction. We've got Chain Lightning, which is just an awesome removal spell. I think we might have to go with Chain Lightning. Otherwise, I was going to take Breath of Life and maybe go for some sort of Reanimator strategy, but I think just Chain Lightning's better. So let's go with that. Let's get a burn spell going. Alright. Next pick, we've got, let's see here. So we could take Chartooth Cougar because cycling is typically good. Chroma's Blessing is pretty cool. Yeah, cycles and gives all your creatures protection from a color. Seems like a good way to get in. Rocky Tar Pit is a little bit of fixing. I wanted to make some sort of red-black deck work. Like a goblin strategy maybe, or red-black burn or something like that. So I could take the fixing, I could take the black beaters. This guy's got shadow, which is good. Going with the Rocky Tar Pit. I'm going to take the fixing, just in case that plan comes into fruition here. Alright, there's a Goblin General, there's a Goblin Goon. What does this guy do? Besides being a foil mythic. Look at the top X cards of your library. X is the highest converted mana cost among artifacts you control. Reveal an artifact card from among them, put it onto the battlefield. Oh, so it's kind of like a artifact strategy. It seems a little bit difficult to use. So we could take the Paralyze, which is actually a pretty good spell. They gotta pay 4 to untap it. You can really lock dudes down. If you take the Goblin General, just start going the Goblin strategy. If you can get Reckless Charges going or something like that. I haven't done the Goblin strategy yet, so here's the Reckless Charges in the same pack. Do we take the charge and hope to wheel the Goblin, or do we take the Goblin and hope to wheel the charge? Not actually sure. I guess I'll go with the Goblin General. He's not necessarily the best, but we'll give this thing a go. We'll see if we can make this work. Solar Blast is pretty good. Hard to argue that. Cycle it and draw, or nuke for 3 to the face if you need it. Both of which not so bad. Yeah, sounds good. Alright, next pick we've got Dark Ritual, all rituals in here. Mesmeric Fiend is pretty good. Cougar is some more cycling. Decent finisher. Nightscape Familiar makes your stuff cost less. And it's a regenerator. It's not bad. Especially if I wanted to make black-red work. Dark Rit is cool because it ramps, but I think too much card disadvantage, which I don't like. Let's take the Nightscape Familiar. Let's try him out. I feel like he's pretty good. Alright, Matron can search up General, which is okay. It's not bad. What does the Night Stalker do? Okay, 5 mana, 3/2, and they gotta sack a creature. That's not bad either. It's the Hatchling. Oh, that guy's actually pretty good. And you get a flyer? I like this guy. Let's try the Hatchling out. seems totally worth it. Get a 3/3 and nuke a dude. Alright, so we could take the Buzzard. We got Tyrant's Choice too, which you always get to make them lose life, essentially. No, I guess that's not true. They can sack a creature or lose life. So we could take the Shadow guy who can get in there. Buzzard flies, which is okay, but I mean, this guy's inflatable, which is nice and pretty much unblockable, but he can't block and he's clunky. I think I'm going to take the Tyrant's Choice. So I can always make them lose life, right? Because I choose Torture. Yeah, so I can always make them lose 4 life. I think that's cool. So I can do Famine, can do Buzzard now. It does appear we're not doing the Goblin strategy, which is okay. We can just play Red Black Burn, which is what I wanted to do anyway. So we could take the Famine because we don't have a ton of creatures. Let's take the Famine. It's a nice board wipe. Let's get rid of the Goblin General. See if we can just focus on a red-black, maybe even black-blue, because then stuff like that gets better. Also could do black-white. Black-white-red, maybe. Breath of Life is cool if you have some sort of, there's some good res targets already. But otherwise, black, blue, red is Grixis is cool because Krovikan Sorcerer gets better. Let's take the Sorcerer. I mean, that's pretty awesome if you're playing black. Okay, so we can take the Cougar. That actually makes the splash for red easier. So I can still play these burn spells, which is probably fine. Otherwise, it's a Fledgling Djinn, which beats down okay, but we don't look like beatdown as much anymore. Look like we're doing something different. Paralyze is fine. We don't, I guess, no, we can just, like I said, you can always choose Torture and make your opponent lose 4 life for 2, so that's pretty good. Let's take the Paralyze. Lurking Evil. I kind of wish this was a little bit better, but that's okay. Let's take the Skywing Haven, maybe? You can discard with it or something. Alright, well, I got Dark Ritual back, I guess we could take it. Likely not playing it. I guess we can take the Falter, just continue to cut red. Last pick Cougar is a good sign, I would think, for red, but maybe people just don't like the card. I think it's good. I love those mountain cyclers. Or just cyclers in general. Other creatures you control get +1/+1, 4 mana, 2/2. It's okay. It's not that great. You can take the Fire Blast, but I don't know. You can actually take Blazing Spectre, which is pretty cool because it's got the haste. Patrol is fine. Hymn to Turak is quite good. It's tough to deny Hymn to Turak. Make him discard 2 randomly. I admit, a little less good in limited, but still pretty crippling because of the randomness. I think I could take it pretty easily. Maybe it doesn't necessarily go along with the rest of what we're doing, but maybe we do want to stay on this red. Let's try and make the red black burn thing work. I really wanted to play that pretty bad. So I can take Fire Blast and continue to try and take Tyrant's Choices and occasional red burn spells. See if we can make that work. Alright, Flametongue Kavu is just amazingly powerful card. Pretty easy snap pick here. What does Realm Seekers do? Oh yeah, that's right. It's cool, I guess. Krosan Tusker is just amazing in this format. I think it a lot of times can be an easy first pick because of how good it is. But let's easily, I think it's just an easy Flimton Cavu here. Removal plus a dude. Tough to deny. We can take Fire Blast number 2. I'm not opposed to that. Yeah, it's a little bit risky. But let's try and do this red-black burn. I've never done it. Or haven't done it yet. And actually, Nightscape Familiar makes it cheaper, which is not irrelevant. You don't have to sacrifice 2 mountains to do it, just to let you know. Skirk Drill Sergeant is cool too, but we're not goblin-y enough. Chainer's Edict is removal, which is good, but let's go for the Fire Blasting, because you can hit creatures with it too. So, yes, it's pricey, but we've got a familiar, and if we play enough mountains, we can do some sweet stuff. Alright. Choking Sands does in fact burn a little bit, but not exactly in the way I wanted. It typically wheels. You can take the Aftershock, which is a removal spell, so I guess I'm okay with that. Likely wheel the Choking Sands. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so Goblin's a little dude. Nothing too crazy here for us. I think we can easily take Tar Pit number 2 and be okay. Okay, so choices here. Really, it's just Forgotten Cave. Get a little cycling going. Otherwise, Pillaging Horde, but not super feeling it. We're short on creatures, so I guess I could make it work. You can play it turn 3 off a Nightscape Familiar. Short on a lot of things. Yeah, Pillaging Horde's not really exciting me. Let's take the Forgotten Cave. Alright, Mesmeric Fiend is perfectly legit, so we'll take that. Try and splash for a Death Grasp? No, I think we'll just take the Mesmeric Fiend. Get some info going. Alright, cool. Got another Tyrant's Choice, so that's what our deck wants to do anyway. Trying to burn them out. So we can take the Predatory Night Stalker, which makes them sack. It's good value. We're not beat down anyway, really. We're much more just burn them out. Find good opportunities to burn them out. This making them sack a guy could be good. So let's do that. Addle's okay. Putrid Imp's okay. Neither are amazing. Guess Imp could be okay. No, probably not. I don't like, I guess, discarding and burning. Let's take the Imp, whatever. It's got a discard ability on it, which can be good with Madness. So we're definitely getting cut. I mean, that much is clear. But we have a decent burn selection right now with Chain Lightning, Double Tyrant's Choice, Solar Blast. I still think Paralyzed plays fine in here. It slows them down enough where we can get our burn spells in lethal range. Geez, Trips Rocky Tar Pit doesn't even seem necessary. But then again, none of these cards do. I could just take another Aftershock, get more removal, but you do have to punish yourself for it, which kind of sucks. I don't know about triple Rocky Tar Pit. Not even sure if that's necessary. I guess it's possible I'd play 2 Aftershocks, but unfortunately against the aggro, Aftershock's not all that good. I think we're just going to take Scabland in case I want to splash white for some reason. I don't think there's any Lightning Helix effects in here, but you know. Alright, I guess we can take a Hulking Goblin.
Or just this is a cycler, but I don't think we need that. I mean, we're likely not playing the hulking goblin, I guess. Let's just take the cycler then. I don't think we're playing the 2-drop 2/2 can't block. Scrivener is a good card. In blast pick. Alright. So we're pretty creature light, but I mean that was to be expected. We are kind of a burn deck. Let's see here. Death's Head Buzzard's fine because it blocks decently against aggro. So I think we'll take that. I don't think we're an imp deck. Probably not playing white, but we might actually need Gilded Light if we're short on just playable cards, just as a cycler, which is pretty bad. But let's take the Death's Head Buzzard. You can take a 1-drop 2-power guy too, but I'd rather have the Buzzard. I feel like because he's evasive and a little more defensive. Oh, actually, Nightscape Familiar, number 2. Yeah, we're taking this, definitely. That way our Fire Blasts can get significantly cheaper, as well as our other spells, other red spells. Okay, Kindle, some Burn, Tyrant's Choice. Can we hope to wheel it? I think the reason I want to take the Kindle is it's more versatile. Being able to hit creatures with Kindle is pretty essential. Really hope to wheel the Tyrant's Choice. The more of these you get, you can just burn them out. But there's no way we're tabling the Kindle. So let's take the Kindle. I'm not thrilled about that. I did want the Tyrant's Choice, but like I said, I think that could pan out well for us. We could get the Flyer for 2. Could get the Flanker that can't block. We can get the Commando, which is pretty good value. Can kill something. Let's take that. Good potential value. Alright, Giant Strength's in here? I didn't even know that. Taking Solar Blast because it's more burn. And we are burn still, believe it or not. Ooh, get a second Kindle. Definitely going that route. It's kind of cool. I mean, Reckless Charge is a card, but it's certainly not a good one when you don't have that many creatures. We only have 9. Let's take the Barrenmore. Gets more cycling. Dothy Mercenary gets in there. So let's take that. Otherwise it's a patrol, which is fine, but Mercenary actually gets in, which is... And we don't have a 3-drop? Jeez. Well, I guess that's cool with Nightscape Familiar. So currently this is 23 cards. It is in fact a deck, but not a fantastic one. If we wheel the Tyrant's Choice, I'm going to feel better, because then we'll actually have a pretty decent amount of burn. Just rocky tar pits for days. Let's take the Mesmeric Fiend again. I guess we could take the Flyer, but I just really like that the Fiend gets rid of stuff as well as draws removal. It just buys us time that we might need to burn them out. Death's Head Buzzard is good too, though. But Mesmeric Fiend takes a card away and gives information. I think that's pretty strong. You can just slow people up and do cool stuff like that. Trades with early goblins. Alright, I guess we can take a Goblin Patrol here. It's certainly playable, and it's probably better than the Aftershocks in our deck anyway. Probably don't need these. It's a 1-drop 2-power guy, so it's certainly playable. And we're at 23 with this, which isn't bad. Alright, here I think we're just going to hate something, so Choking Tethers. Benevolent Bodyguard is very annoying too. Actually, I think Bodyguard's actually more annoying against us than the Tethers is, so let's take that. Really just don't want to deal with that.
2 mana, 2 power flyer. Yeah, let's take that. It's better than the flanker that can't block. We want a flyer. Get in there a couple times just so we can burn them out. Giant Strength, which I'm not playing, so let's hate the Ophidian. I guess Shelter's really good too. Shelter's probably better against us, so let's take that. We actually have a means to burn out the other dude. Alright, we can take and play Sarcomancy. It's not great, but maybe we'll play it. I guess it depends. Alright, so we didn't table the Tyrant's Choice, which makes me a little bit sad, but I'm certainly not disappointed that we took Kindle, especially since we got a second one. Alright, so I wanted to be a burn deck. Didn't pan out exactly the way I wanted, but we did, I mean, we certainly got enough burn, and we got 2-for-1 spells, so we've got some good stuff going for us. There's some pros and cons to this deck. Pros being, we got some good 2-for-1 spells, and we got a fair amount of burn. Cons, I don't think we quite got as many as I initially assumed we would be able to get, so it makes it a little bit more difficult, but we've got some decent stuff going for us here. Got some decent stuff going for us. If we separate out spells from creatures, so this is 24. Let's see here. I guess we could cut the Goblin Patrol, but we have 13 creatures. I don't really want to cut any of our spells. I kind of want all the burn we get. Chain Lightning, Kindles, Tyrant's Choice, Solar Blast, Fire Blast. Am I forgetting one? Thought I even had more than that, but I guess not. We got the nice 2-for-1s. We got Kavu, Commando, Night Stalker, Hatchling, which is actually pretty awesome. A lot of dudes that come in and kill something potentially. And got these 4, which is kind of nice for fixing. I guess we leave the patrol. If it gets in a couple times, that really could make a world of difference. But it just seems, I guess it does seem weak. It seems weak in the 13 creature deck. It's much more of a beatdown card, I feel like, but you just don't want to top deck it, whereas top decking late game removal or something is much better. The Nightscape Familiar is good in here just because it makes the Fire Blast top end much cheaper. Like if we had 2 Nightscapes out, we can actually, nuke somebody 4-for-4, which is pretty good. Overall, this deck I think is pretty weak though. Just didn't quite get the burn I wanted to support this plan, but running this as 23 I think is fine. They're going to say we should have more black than red sources, but I'm going to have more red, mostly because we've got the double Fire Blast, so I just want to be able to capitalize on those. So this is 9 sources of black and 11 sources of red, or 10 sources of red. Let's go one deeper, I think. Really need to be able to do those Fire Blasts in a pinch if I need to sacrifice them, I think. Although I've got a lot of early black stuff I'm doing too. Let's do 6-7. That's fine. We can still hard cast Fire Blast for the win late game if we need it. So this deck's okay. Could have been a lot better, I think, had we gotten some more burn. But we'll try it out, see if it does anything. Alright.